Velus, welcome to New Orleans, man. Or I can tell you're not in New Orleans just yet from the looks of it. But when you get to New Orleans, can you tell us a little bit about how the deal came together? And it looked like they signed you as a running back as opposed to a wide receiver. Can you tell us a little bit about all that?
Yes. I mean, my agent brought it to my attention. They watched my film and they like my running abilities. No matter if it's for running back or catching the ball, they like the fact that I play receiver as well. So, felt like that was like a huge part, that I can come in and contribute to the offense, first year staff.
How has that transition gone for you generally? I know you were featured on Hard Knocks with all that as well, but how has the wide receiver to running back part of it gone?
I mean, it's good. My first position was running back growing up. That was my first position in park ball. I didn't transition over to a receiver until like the eighth grade. I want to say it was the eighth grade, and that's when I started playing receiver. But since then, it was just straight running back. And I still do receiver routes. I still run routes, do receiver drills and everything. It all correlates when it comes to footwork. But running back is just something natural. That's why I made it look easy during the preseason of last year.
Hey, Velus, this is Gerhard with WKRG in your hometown of Mobile. You talked about your park ball days, and now you're back, on the Gulf Coast. How good does it feel to be at the closest franchise back to where you're from there in Saraland?
Man, it feels. I feel it's definitely God's calling. Like I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. And it's just like crazy, I've just been diving in the word in my daily devotionals, and I feel like he's been speaking to me. And I feel like everything is lining up when it comes to my faith, my career standpoint. Like everything is like coming together. And so it's definitely starting to make sense. With having a huge family, on my mom's side, dad's side, you know how difficult that can be, just to get everybody up to Chicago or whether if it was Carolina. And so I feel like it's a great opportunity, to have like that support from like close, intermediate family. And so overall it's a blessing, but the main thing is the main thing. And, that's staying focused and balling and contributing for the Saints.
Bayless, growing up there in Saraland then, were you a big Saints fan? Did you go to many games?
Um, it's crazy. My dad was a huge Saints fan growing up. I was a Percy Harvin fan. I was a Florida Gators fan growing up, but it's go Vols. Yeah, that's a fun fact about it. About me, I was a Florida Gators fan. The Tim Tebow, Percy Harvin era. So I was a huge Percy Harvin fan, and so wherever Percy Harvin went, I just followed. You started off with the Vikings. I liked the Vikings when they had Brent Favre and they had that run. They played the Saints and lost. um, yeah, and then he went to Seattle, so I just followed wherever Percy Harvin went.
Hey, the Saints and the Vols seem to have a little bit of a connection. A couple of guys have made their way through here in New Orleans. Is there any current volunteers on the roster that you're already connected with or anything like that you've reached out to?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I would say closest would be Alontae Taylor. That was my roommate in college. We was roommates our senior year. So yeah, that's definitely a connection there.
And have you gotten to let him know? Like, was he somebody that you reached out to when you signed or when you agreed to the deal?
Well, no, I didn't. Basically, I mean, only people I really talked to about it was family, like close family. Like I said, I have a huge family, so your social media, your phone start ringing a lot. You close to home. Everybody that loves and care about you want to see you. But really just talk to my dad and aunts about it.
Bayless, do you have any familiarity with Coach Moore's offense? Maybe even some of the guys that are on that staff, and just your role, how you fit in, and just the overall excitement of being with the guy who just hoisted that Lombardi Trophy.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I feel like I fit well in the system. Like I said, I know I can come out the backfield. They can empty me out. I can run routes. So I feel like I have a lot of flexibility in this offense. And, I'm really excited for OTAs, just diving in the playbook, being a student of the game and just enjoying the process, especially with this new team, new coaching staff, and building a relationship with my teammates. I feel like that's a huge part of it. I know everybody thinks that, college is more when it comes to being like a teammate, and you in the NFL, people have families and stuff, but that's like a huge part of success. It's the locker room, and the energy in the locker room. And so, I'm just, excited to get in the building and go to work with those guys.
I had one more Saraland question for you. I know that you obviously graduated from there. The school was kind of in its infancy when you were there. Have you been able to keep up with some of their success here lately? I know the teams had a ton of success, and of course, with both KJ Lacey and Ryan Williams, so a lot of individual success as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm always, keeping up with the land and everything that's going on in the land. That's what I call it, the land, or Sarah Land, whatever you want to call it. But Jeff Kelly, they have a great coach. Definitely, taught me a lot throughout my years there. I was the first Power Five player to ever come out of there, and so just to see like how much we've grown, even when I was a freshman in high school, how much we've grown, and I feel like the success to that. Heck, we played together literally like our whole lives. Like we played together from park ball. We were the Saraland Bills before they were the Saraland Spartans. So it was like we call it park ball. You had park ball and you had city ball. So park ball, like all the park ball teams had like NFL like logos. So whether you were the Saraland Bills or the Pritchard Chargers or Navico Vikings, so we were the Bills. And so literally it was just the chemistry from everybody playing at the same park. Like we didn't do any recruiting, any of that. Like anybody wanted to come to Saraland, they came to Saraland. And so it was just based off of chemistry and just seeing how far, Coach Kelly and that program and that school system, how far they took it to being, state championship contenders. And man, I mean, it's showing for sure. I mean, that's crazy what Ryan did leaving his junior year, huh?
No question. Yeah, he's been insane.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was always an athletic kid, much younger than me. I would say I met Ryan. I said I really met. I know like his dad used to work with him a lot. His dad played at Auburn, so we'll like hoop at the park. Like he'll bring Ryan and like tell us like how good he is and stuff. So he always like always had it in him like hooping at the rec. I'll see him up there like always competing and stuff. But it's like you never know how things are going to turn out. But he's definitely a generational talent, especially KJ as well. Those guys gonna have a lot of success.
That was great, man. I truly appreciate it.
Mm.
Velus, are you anticipating doing some special team stuff as well, some kick returning, punt returning, that sort of stuff?
Oh yeah, like wherever they need me. Yeah, that's you feel me. Working hard. That's why I'm down here in South Florida, perfecting my craft, coming in and contributing for the team. Looking forward to OTAs, camp, joint practice, the preseason, the whole shebang. So yeah, just ready to make plays. Be that player I know I can be.
Velus, you said you were roommates with Alontae Taylor there at Tennessee. Then, why don't you share with us what practices were like with you and him? I'm sure you lined up against him.
Yeah, every one-on-one. I would say honestly, the most competitive cornerbacks I went against, like playing in the SEC, was Alontae Taylor and J.C. Horn. Like those, like Alontae's like real physical, scrappy guy. Um, Compete, we got each other better. He'll tell me what I can work on this route. I can tell him what he can work on, like coverage wise. And yeah, we used to compete. We used to go at it. It was like damn near we hated each other at practice, but we'll laugh about it when we got back to the room. So he's definitely a competitor. I know Saints, they did a great job with drafting him. He's definitely going to be a big factor with the success this season.